Hello everybody, this is Violent Chicken, and today we're going to be looking at a plugin called Chest Commands, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on it for you guys. So if you enjoy this, make sure to smack that like button down below. And one other thing, real quick, this map I did get off the internet, so there's a link for this in the description. I did not create this map. And yes, also, if you want to join my server, the IP is mc.violentcraft.net. This is not my server, this is just a test server for this tutorial. Okay, and the next command is /chest commands open. And what this does is you can pretty much open the menu. You can also just use a normal command that you can set in the config files, like /open or whatever, /example. There's probably one already set for that, but I didn't look what that was. So you can set it to whatever you want when you're making your own menus. Okay, so you can do /chest commands example. This will actually be the command you use in game for the for the menu part, and then this will open it. It's the name of the file without the YML part, and then you got all these nice things in here, and you can click any of these, and they execute commands for you. Okay, one other thing is you can add a player's name at the end if you don't want it to be you. Obviously, I'm the only one on right now, but you can do this to other people if you want to show them something or whatever. Okay, let's hop into the config files and start making your own menus. Okay, once you're in your plugins folder on your Minecraft server, go ahead and click on chest commands, and then you got 3 different things. Now, we're not going to worry about the config, because they only have a few little things like the spam delay and color codes and whatever. A lot of those don't even matter, so we're just not going to worry about that. I'm not going to waste my time. But the one after that is lang. So let's take a look at this. So basically what this is the messages that they give you when you execute a command or when you don't have permission or whatever. And yeah, so you can do whatever you want with this. I did a little example down here when I changed it. And basically, it's the same message it was default, but I added a little thing at the beginning that said ViolentCraft in brackets, so they know that it's ViolentCraft and not just some player that's saying this somehow, but most people will get it, but I just put this here because I wanted a good example. Okay, and obviously you got your placeholders. They have a few default ones in here. They got a heart and whatever these symbols stand for. There's a there's a list of symbols right here on this link. And you guys can go ahead and do that. So what you do is you pretty much just put the symbol on this part, and then you do a colon and do your little code for what it will be. And whenever you put this code in the config file or in your menu, it'll turn into a heart or one of these or whatever. So that's what a placeholder is, and that's what they do on this plugin. Alright, so now let's look at the menus. So you go in here and you can go ahead and edit your menus. So here's the example. So we can edit this, and we can see what they have here. Okay, so now here you got the menu settings. So this is the name. This is not necessarily the name. This is the title. So when you're opening the menu, you know how when you open a chest, on the top left it says chest. Well, you can change this to whatever you want, and you can use color codes. So we can set this to anything we want. Okay, so I just named this ViolentCraft example menu. Also, if you guys want to make your own menus, you can go ahead and you can copy and paste this and rename it to whatever menu you want. This one's called example YML. You can rename this to whatever you want, and you can copy and paste these for more. Okay, this is the number of rows in the chest or the GUI. So 3 rows is basically like a single chest in Minecraft, but you can set how many rows you want. Now this is the command. So let's go back in game for a second. This is set to menus. So this is what I was saying earlier. So you can't set a command in game, so you don't have to do /chest commands open. So since that was set as menu, we can do /menu. It'll pop up and that'll work just like that. Okay, and we can change this to whatever we want. So we can set this to hello. We can do that if we want to. This is the auto refresh. This is how long it'll take in seconds to refresh it. To refresh pretty much the chest commands page, so if you want to do that, you can. Okay, so this is basically what happens when you open the menu. You can obviously use a sound if you do sound colon, but those are kind of weird with the new update. And then Also has tell, you open the example menu. But I'm literally just gonna delete all of this because I don't like it there. I think it's annoying. Now this you can open with item. Just set these both to false. Unless you want that to happen, if you have like a hub server and you want a compass or something. So whenever they're holding, for now right here it's set as wolf. So whenever you can set it to left click or right click. But whenever you use one of these actions, it will open the menu with that item. So you can set it to whatever you want. I'm not going to use that right now, so I'm setting them both to false. Real quick, let's test it out in game with the orange wool. If you right click it, the menu opens, and obviously you get this message that we deleted. So once we reload the plugin, that'll be gone, but we're still editing it. So this is the items that are going to be in the chest, as they call it, or the GUI, or whatever you wish to call it. There's ID, lore, name, command, and there's a whole bunch more you can use. I'll leave a link to the list in the description. So yes, and also let me just give you a list of all of them real quick. There's position X, position Y, and what this is this is where it is. This is set to 1, 1. Like here, let me get a chest open for you guys. Okay, so X is the vertical axis. So when X is set to 1, it's on this row right here, and when Y is set to 1, it's on one of these here. So if X is set to 1, then it's on this row, and if Y is set to 1, then it's on this row. So it links up right here. You can obviously set Y to 2, and then it links up here, 3, here, then you can do 3 and set X to 2, which will be right here, and that's how that works. Okay, then obviously you got the name. You have the lore, which is basically, the lore is that little text under the /spawn. You can set that to whatever you want and have as many lines as you want. We also have enchantment, so you can set an enchantment if you would like to. Then you have the color. You can use this for leather armor, and you can set the color. It has to be between 0 and 255, and you have red, green, and blue. So basically how this works is if you've played any games where you have like a color select or whatever, a lot of the times they have like the amount of blue, the amount of red, and the amount of red, green, and blue that you can select. And basically what this is you go color colon, and then you do red first, and then green, and then blue, separated by commas. Now, if you go to this link right here, you can see that you can select any color that you want. So if I hover over any of these colors, it'll give me the amount of red, green, and blue there are. You can also do a color picker up here and see the exact color that you would like. And it has to be between 0 and 255. And there you can select the color that you want of your leather armor. If you use a data value in your ID, I'm pretty sure that you need to put it in little quotations right there. So the ID is skull:3, and then you can use the skull owner, and you can change that anywhere. Next is command. This is at the spawn, and you can use this for whatever you want. Also, if you want this command to execute in the console, you can go ahead and type console:space, and then you can do whatever the command you want. You can also do commands as op. So if you do op:, it'll execute the command as if the player was an op. You can also do multiple commands separated by a semicolon. You can also do a tell command, where you do tell, and then it'll tell the player a certain message. You can also do a broadcast command. You can also do a sound command. You can also do a give command. You can also do a give money command. You can also open another menace. You can do a bungee cord command. You can give points command using the player points plugin. You can do a dragon bar command, if you wish, using the bar API plugin. Next is price. So you can do price: and then set this to any price you want it to be. Next is levels, which is basically like price, but it's experience levels. Next is points. You will need the player points plugin for this, and if you get this plugin, you can look into that. Required item, so you can set a required item for it. This is keep open, so if you click on it, and this is set to true, then it'll keep open, and then you can obviously make it so it'll close when you click on it by default. Next is view permission and permission. Permission is you can set a permission to be able to use this, and the view permission is a permission to be able to see the item. And last but not least is permission message, which is basically the message for the permission. Okay, so basically with all of those, you can set your own menu and do whatever you want with it. And there's so much you can do with this. I love this plugin. I use it all the time. I use this for everything, pretty much. So this is a great plugin. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Let's real quickly save this and go ahead and go back in game and test out our changes. So obviously when you do /chest commands reload to reload the config, and now we can do our command, which is /hello, and now we have a skull for this and a skull for this, and yeah, that's all we pretty much changed. So yeah, you can do whatever you want with this. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you an example from my server real quick. Okay, so here's an example. On my factions server, on the factions one of my server, I have this little shops NPC, and when I right click it, I use different plugin to make it so the NPC execute commands. I might do a tutorial on that at some point. But I have all these shops, and here's the normal shop. I set this all with chest commands. And you can do blocks, and you can buy anything you want. And so I was able to fully customize my shop how I wanted it to be, and that was really nice, so yes. I also set this gunsmith guy with it, where I can buy guns with this from another plugin with guns, and I set the command to give them these guns, which you can buy, and this is all with chest commands. This whole menu is all with chest commands. And yes, I use a lot more with chest commands, but that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. And hopefully this has helped you guys. Hopefully you guys can get started using this plugin. And I just went invisible for a second for some reason. But anyways, I'll see you guys in another plugin tutorial in the near future.